Hello, everyone, and welcome into another episode of the Fumble Sports Daily Show. Hope you're having a wonderful day, no matter where you're watching. It's 5 p.m., so Fumble Sports is live. It's a weekday. Not too much baseball going on. It is a quiet day, so we'll give out some picks right away, help you guys out with your sports betting research, hopefully give you guys some good advice over the next, let's say, half hour to 45 minutes, and then we're going to do a fantasy football mock draft, everybody. So if you want to get in on our fantasy football mock draft, you guys know what to do. If you're watching on YouTube, TikTok, if you're watching on YouTube, Kick, or Twitch, there should be a link that's pinned in the stream. You can hit that link and go claim your team. If you're watching on TikTok, you can go hit me up on Instagram. That's Fumble Sports on Instagram, and you can go claim your team as we give you guys a link. On Instagram, just getting the show underway. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you guys are having a fabulous day. Again, not a lot of baseball games going on across the schedule. We've just had a few. Thus far, it's been a pretty quiet day. I did want to look into the bets that we have going on. Right now, Red Sox Nationals going on. But then this slate of games in the 7 o'clock window, Tigers and Guardians, Mets and Cardinals. At 9:40 is the Diamondbacks and Padres. And the Brewers and Dodgers close it out at 10:10. Because we don't have too many games today, I want to just give out all my picks right away. We're not going to waste time. I'm not going to go through one pick at a time. I'm just going to drop them all of them for you right away. So if you guys are looking for picks, I'm just going to put them up on my screen in just a moment. But we're just getting started in on our show. Hope you guys are ready to talk some sports, especially some baseball. You guys are following and subscribing. Fumble Sports is on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. You can find us at Sports Fumble on Twitter. If you're watching on Twitch and Kick, also feel free to jump in with comments. You never have to feel like you're out of the loop with Fumble Sports. We're here for all of you guys every single day. With that said, here you go, the big reveal on our picks, just giving them away for free right away. I did want to check to see how our picks did. I'm going to keep track. These are the picks that I put up on my website earlier in the day, buttfumblesports.com. Jorge, like Mark Canna, you'll see him down in the screen in just a moment, but I do like Mark Canna today, so that's a good find by Jorge. First of all, Jorge, welcome into the show. Great to see you. Hope you're having a great Thursday afternoon. But that said, I want to check the score. How'd we do? Did we get the Mariners right? Oh, crushing on one of the bets. We were doing so well on this. Forgive me. So we did cash up. So we did cash on this. Mariners won. I had 3 different bets on this. Mariners ended up winning by 2. So we missed, but then we cashed, and we cashed. So those are the plays that we've got going on so far. Unfortunately, the Red Sox lost their 1-run lead, so that Red Sox first 5 innings, that's in jeopardy. You see how the picks have done so far? You guys can see we're being pretty forthcoming about everything. Of course, here are the hitters that we like today, and if you're looking for them, Jorge, you were asking a moment ago about Riley Green. There you see, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBI, so we like that one as well. On the screen. We'll see how these have some more below, so I want to give you guys a chance to look at all of these. Again, we're just dropping picks right away because there aren't too many games going on. We'll probably do a fantasy football mock draft a little bit earlier than normal because it's a light day of baseball. So if you guys want to get in on our fantasy football mock draft, hit us up on Instagram. That's Fumble Sports on Instagram, and we will share the link with you guys so you guys can be a part of it. Up top are players we like. So, by the way, you were asking a moment ago about Mark Canna, Jorge. I do like Mark Canna over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. We're thinking alike. Hitters we don't like that we put up on the screen right there. And additionally, long ball, long shots of the day. So far, not looking too good for our long ball, long shots of the day when it comes to the Boston Red Sox. Hoping they can hit some dingers on the second half of that game. It's 1-1 right now in the bottom of the 4th in Washington, D.C. Appreciate all you guys being with us. Welcome into the show. Fumble Sports is going to be live at 5 p.m. on weekdays. So if you guys love talking sports, sports betting, fantasy sports, DFS, you can find us at 5 p.m. every single weekday on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. And of course, we will be continuing to do mock drafts. So if you guys want to get in on the mock draft action, make sure you just DM us on Instagram. That's Fumble Sports on Instagram. Just DM us. I can already tell some folks are getting in. Candyman, we see you. You're getting the link. We're setting you up so you can go claim your team. Has Lane cashed yet? I'm curious to know myself. Looking at that game, what's the lineups? No, Lane Thomas is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. CJ Abrams, funny enough, didn't play, so I can take him down. CJ Abrams did not play in that game. He's gone. Jeter Downs, though, got a run. I thought Jeter Downs was going to do something. Half there, but I thought that ultimately cut him. 1-1, bottom of the fourth. I'm hoping that this bet can cash, but I need the Red Sox to put together some offense. Ref Snyder has a hit. I'm waiting on Ref Snyder to do something besides just that. So far, a bit of a quiet day. Cassis, the only home run, bit of offense there. Make sure you guys are sharing the channel, Fumble Sports. If you guys want some help with your picks, if you guys want help with your sports betting plays, your daily fantasy plays, just share the channel and we will help you out. We're going to go do some research to help you guys out. Share that channel. Let others know that Fumble Sports is live. That's how we grow, through the support that you guys show us. So if you know other sports fans at home, friends, family, let them know about Fumble Sports, because we're here to help you guys out. Jorge asking the question that the people really want to know. What's the best go-to fast food place? Overall, I personally think it's Chick-fil-A. I'm partial to Chick-fil-A, but I also understand that Chick-fil-A is its own category because it's the chicken sandwich. That said, on the other side, if I had to go with a fast food place, I was talking to someone about this the other day. I love Fatburger on the West Coast, but I don't think it's technically fast food. I think it's burger food that's like decently fast, but I don't know if I'd call it fast food. McDonald's has the best fries. The problem is McDonald's skimps on like quality of chicken. Like, you cannot tell me the McDonald's chicken is like good and full. Like, you go to Chick-fil-A, you get that chicken. You go to McDonald's, you get that chicken. You tell me which one you're going to be biting into. You get that chicken. You tell me. Fast food, I think Fatburger is way underrated. In-N-Out is overrated. Fatburger is awesome. Fatburger is fantastic. Wendy's is always changing up what it is. Like, in the Dave Thomas days, I liked it. You know, when it tries to compete with, like, you know, McDonald's. Burger King is the one that's fallen off. When I was a kid, Burger King was fire. And now Burger King is like, I don't even think about Burger King. And it's amazing. By the way, I don't know if you guys know this. Subway's got a crazy background story with its franchisees. I won't get much into that, but it's amazing how Subway, like, took over the last 20 years. La Cholo, thoughts on the Rams? I think the Rams are in a bad spot. If I were the Rams, I hate to say this to Rams fans, but I'm a big believer in either you're competing for a championship or you're competing for the draft. And I think the Rams are closer to competing for the draft. I understand that Aaron Donald's in his last year. I understand that Matthew Stafford is getting towards that end of the road. But the thing that I'm really concerned about, frankly, is this team doesn't have the structure around those star players to allow those players to be stars. So I think the Rams are, frankly, closer to being a top 5 draft pick as opposed to, and I know they're anti-draft pick. You know what? They need to get over that. If I were them, I know Aaron Donald's not going to be in another uniform, so put that out of your mind. But if they need to move on from some players, they need to do so. And I would think that actually they should do it earlier in the season, maybe after the first month. But I don't think it's going to take long for the Rams to be, aware that the fact that they're not as bad as the Cardinals, but they're still not in the class of the 49ers and, frankly, the Seahawks. The rebuild needs to be on. I don't think Stafford's going to be in another uniform. I think he's going to play out the end of his career with the Rams. By the way, Subway, disgusting. Jorge, great call. Jersey Mike's is totally better. Completely agree. By the way, I think Jimmy John's is awesome, but Jimmy John's is kind of like, they've got their borders. Like they don't deliver everywhere. So I think Jimmy John's is awesome, but I went to Indiana University for college, and Jimmy John's, that's like perfect. It's Jimmy John's, that's like perfect. It's a biking school. So Betts, I like him actually more on over bases, actually. There's a prop for Stetson Bennett starting a game. I would take the over. I think Stetson Bennett is impressing some people, and I would not be surprised if Matt Stafford got hurt over the course of the year or late in the year. I'm talking like week 17, week 18. The Rams say, hey, we don't need to put Matt Stafford out there and risk his health for no reason, for no playoff implications. Let's see what we have in Stetson Bennett. Because I'm telling you, because of his older age, he's going to be put into some games despite the fact that he was drafted later in the draft. I would not be surprised if Stetson Bennett starts a game this year. Frankly, I was impressed by his throws. It's interesting that the fast food talk was so popular with you guys. Yeah, I personally, I like Five Guys, but I do think Five Guys can be, like if we played Deserted Island, I don't know if I could do Five Guys. That was from Dante. Wherever you guys are watching, if you got questions, by the way, clearly Butt Fumble Sports is just having a more casual day because there are not a lot of baseball games. The game we saw the other night. So I really don't want to bet on it, back-to-back games. I hate doing that in the WNBA. I always feel like you can't actually go off of trends because everything the team just learned, and it's not a full series. So it's not like you can really start to develop some tendencies. IP Shade 45, $60 for some burgers and fries. Five Guys legit, but yeah. Right. Like, I can't do Five Guys every day, but Five Guys is good. Five Guys is a solid stop. By the way, IP Shade 45, I never got your take on Fat Burger, and I never noticed no one said In-N-Out. In-N-Out's got good burgers, but the fries suck, and the shakes aren't good enough. Like, for all that, I get it. You're in your car, LA. Yeah, Five Guys is too expensive. We all know it. It's because the peanut oil. I'm sure it's the peanut money. Mr. Peanut has a monopoly on it. Hope you guys are having fun. We're just riffing. No matter what you guys want to talk about, we're going to do a mock draft in a little bit. If you guys want to get in on that mock draft, you certainly can. But this is definitely a lighter day here at Butt Fumble Sports. We're just talking about whatever you guys want to. No agenda here. It's a no agenda Thursday at Butt Fumble Sports because we have no games to talk about. What a Burger is trash. IP Shade 45 coming in hot and dead on. It's same quality of Carl's Jr.'s and Hardee's. IP Shade 45, I couldn't agree more. And this is one of the good things about I have to say about my opinion about the fast food burger. As you can tell, is I'm wearing my Bobby Knight Toss in a Chair shirt, which you can find on our website, buttfumblesports.com. I've lived in the Northeast. I've lived in Florida. I've lived in the Midwest. And I've lived in Southern California. So I've seen the different, grocery stores. I've seen the different fast food joints. And by the way, the Midwest knows how to do some fast food. There's like a strip from Indianapolis to Bloomington, Indiana, where you will see every fast food brand imaginable. Everyone is there in that strip. And it's because they have all those truck drivers from all over the country that are like, they want to get their thing. So, Chipotle, best fast food. I think Chipotle's like good, but it's okay. I'm not like a Chipotle freak like some people are. In that way, I'm more about Chick-fil-A. Like, I could do Chick-fil-A every day and twice on Sunday, though they deny me it. Shake Shack's expensive and overrated. Shake Shack has a special place in my heart, again, because... no, not Shake Shack. Shake Shack is overrated. I was going to say Steak and Shake, because Steak and Shake was created by someone who went to Indiana University, so very popular, matchstick fries, but I think Shake Shack's overrated. Everyone in the Northeast tells me about Shake Shack. Like, it's okay. It's good. It's a burger. It's fries. It's a shake. I get it. but it's not as amazing as people say it is. By the way, I do miss the days where burgers and fries of good portions were, I hate sounding like an old man, but like, I miss the days where those were well proportioned given the price. Dante, someone took a dump on Whataburger earlier. Maybe I need to try it in Texas. Maybe it's better. Shake Shack is so good. I love it. Smash Burger. Smash Burger. Jorge's onto something. I think Smash Burger is climbing up the fast food rankings. Again, is it fast food? I know at this point, so many things now qualify as fast food, but not really. Like, does it have a window? Like, could I get in and out within a 5-minute span? The joke about in and out is it takes so long to do that really you're not in and out. Cane's is decent. By the way, Popeyes. No one's brought up Popeyes. Maybe I'm the only one who's thinking chicken. Maybe I've just got chicken on the brain. But Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, IP Shade 45 insists that Whataburger is trash. Getting some hot takes here. By the way, if you guys want picks today, share the channel. We can give out some we can certainly help you guys out with your sports picks. I'll change up what's on the screen so you guys can see the hitters we like. But I'm enjoying the kind of relaxed day. Jorge, if you want some help with your picks, more than happy to help you out. But we're just hanging back and riffing. We're going to do a mock draft at some point in the next, let's say, 20 minutes, maybe to a half hour. But not a lot of baseball today. IP Shade 45 giving out that money gun. Let's go. IP Shade 45, I set that out. I'll do confidence level for all of my game picks once we hit the live goal. So IP Shade 45, awesome. Appreciate you. Jorge, appreciate you. Love you guys just hanging out with us. Again, this is kind of a sleepy day. Sleepy baseball day. The WNBA game, yawn. There's preseason football. Get excited, but you guys know I tend not to bet on that because it really is like flipping coins. You really don't know what you're getting into. So with that said, if you guys want to cover anything and everything, sports betting, daily fantasy sports, fantasy football, if you've got questions about who you should target, if you want to get in our mock draft, you can. If you just want to talk about fast food, I'm totally about it. By the way, is there a place, I'm really going off the tracks. We've covered fast food now. Now, new question. What is the best, I'm going to say like drive-by bodega spot, like a 7-Eleven? There's like a place in Texas. Dante, you're going to have to wise me up on this. Is it called like Chucky's? It's got like a beaver or something. I've heard it's like the Mecca. It's like the Wawas of the South. And I'm really curious about it. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Buc-ee's. I've heard that's amazing. I've heard it is like truly the greatest pit stop a trucker could ever come across, or anyone with munchies or anything else. I've heard it's brilliant. I saw a piece on it on CBS Sunday Morning because I'm officially 75, and it sounds amazing. And the guy who owns it sounds really cool. Like he still owns it. Like he's like really hyper controlling about what's in the store and the design and everything. Yeah, Jorge, when you say you watch CBS Sunday Morning, like, I know how old I am. Like, I know what it says on my driver's license, but if you watch CBS Sunday Morning, you have arthritis and you know, you watch old videos. Like, there's no young person watches that show, and I love that show. Best two pieces of journalism on television, CBS Sunday Morning and 60 Minutes. Other than that, it's all talk. Anyways, Diego's asking you about Zach Gallen, so let's actually give out some picks. Let's talk about Zach Gallen over 5.5 strikeouts. Hope you guys are having fun just hanging out with us here, just on a more relaxed Thursday. Zach Gallen, looking at his strikeout total, I really like him tonight. He has great numbers against the Padres, but only 50% on this. This is cashed in 4 of the last 5 games, but don't feel great about it. It did cash the last start he had, which was against the Padres. But when a team faces a pitcher rather for the second time, I wouldn't touch it. I do think it probably goes over Diego. It probably gets to 6, but I think you're going to be sweating at something heavy. So, frankly, I think there are other plays that you could get. I do like him as a DFS pitcher, though. Again, if you guys have questions, if you guys want to get into some of the picks that I've put out there, feel free. We'll see if any of these picks that I actually had earlier in the day cash. Or if you guys just want to talk about some random nonsense, we're definitely here for it. Butt Fumble Sports on a random day. By the way, I just found out I missed on one of my plays. I did miss on Red Sox first 5 money line. That sucks. That game really upset me because the Mariners scored a run in the 9th inning, so they won by 2. I thought I was going to cash 4 out of 4 on that game alone, which would have been a great way to start this Thursday of like such limited action. By the way, shout out to my producer who showed up today. I'm sure today is one of those days where he could have been like, you know what? But Fumble Sports, there was nothing going on. So I appreciate him. Hope he had a good time at hockey practice yesterday. Hope you guys are all doing well, no matter where you're watching. If you guys want my confidence level picks, if you guys want me to put my confidence next to all the picks from, let's say, the Tigers on down, we are looking for one more money gun. Once we get that, we'll do our confidence level picks. Of course, please share the show. By the way, yes, we did get a hat trick last night. Oh, we got a hat trick last night with our picks, with the video that we put out yesterday with our picks. But it turns out my producer also got a hat trick last night because he's a boss on the ice. You guys know. Do I like Pete Alonso on a home run? Yes, I do. Do I like Goldschmidt on a home run? Yes, I do. Diego, I could see both of them going yard. Alonso more for the probability, Goldschmidt more for the history. But if you guys jump on down, I don't think I put Pete Alonso. The only reason I didn't put Pete Alonso in my long ball long shots of the day is every time I do, he doesn't hit a home run. But that said, I took him on over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I do think he'll probably hit a home run today. He burns me. The polar bear always gets me. But that said, I put Daniel Vogelbach because he's facing a pitcher who gives up bombs to left-handed pitching, so left-handed hitting. So that's the meta I went with. I figure I'd go with the fat boy. I didn't mean that. But Vogelbach, yeah. You know what I'm saying. So Pete Alonso I like. Goldschmidt I like as well. In IP Shade 45 in Nevada on way to Vegas. They try to do a Buc-ee's. I'm telling you, I've heard it's amazing. Like, I've heard it's Wawa's on steroids. Like, it's the Walmart of convenience stores. That's what I've heard. By the way, you can't go wrong with good Walmart. I will say that. A lot of people look their nose down at Walmart. Not me. Walmart's awesome, man. Walmart delivers. George Kirby's already pitched, man. That game is over, Jorge. Over. Mariners won by 2 runs. So we cashed on, like I showed you guys a little bit ago. By the way, here are my stolen base picks. We'll see. By the way, I can check on Bobby Witt Jr. Let's see if Bobby Witt Jr.'s stolen base cashed. Not holding my breath, but let's see. I didn't. Darn it. Miss City. Lane Thomas, I have less faith in him. Only because I wanted that to kind of get off early in the game. Malik Garcia's 16-game hitting streak is over. Yeah, I was looking at him today and decided not to take a bet on him, so happy about that. Didn't want to take the under, but felt like it wasn't a great matchup for him. There you guys can see the picks that I've already given out. If you guys want to get my confidence level on the remaining MLB game picks, we're just one money gun away from our live goal. Of course, I hope you guys share the show, let others know about it, here for it. IP Shade 45, there are rumors Wander Franco not going to play in baseball again. I've heard it, and it's very serious. This is certainly no joking matter. You guys know Butt Fumble Sports really focuses on the field. We don't get into stuff off of it. But Wander Franco is in a world of trouble. And yeah, this might be the end of what was a very promising career. Yeah, this is very sad, very weird, very, frankly, disturbing. And there's going to be an investigation. They're going to find out, but the Rays are in a bad spot because of it. I'll talk about that more on the field. Like, this was supposed to be a pillar of their franchise for the next decade plus. But in terms of Wander Franco, baseball is the last thing that should be on his mind. Yep, Jorge, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the underage girlfriends and the investigation that's going on. Yeah, there's a question up on Twitch, and the answer is, do we do fantasy football pick advice? Not only do we do that, the answer is yes, we do. We do fantasy football advice. We also have a mock draft that we're going to be doing, let's say at about 6 o'clock, maybe a little bit earlier, but make sure you guys get in on it. If you guys want to be a part of it, there should be a link that's pinned on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube, so you guys can go claim a team, and you guys can participate in the mock draft. If you guys are watching on TikTok Live and you want to be a part of it, I will share the link with you on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. So Diego just sent it to you. Diego, you are going to get that link and you can join this mock draft. Again, we're going to do this, let's say, in the later half of the remaining half hour of the show. El Pinche, also known as Diego, he's in. We're doing a 12-team, half PPR snake mock draft. One more time, that's a 12-team, half PPR snake mock draft. I wanted to do a half PPR. We haven't done one in a while. Wanted to update you guys on a different scoring style so you guys can get as much information as possible out of that mock draft. Keep in mind, doesn't matter the position you claim. We're going to randomize the draft order anyways, so you can claim any team, 1st through 12. Doesn't matter. We randomize it. IP Shade 45, I think that's right. I would take the Brewers. If I had to go with a winner in that game, I would take the Brewers to win. Now, I ended up not taking, I'm not going to put it out there actually, I'd rather take the Brewers to cover. That's probably my favorite. But if there was a game in the last couple of days or in the upcoming couple of days in which I think the Dodgers are vulnerable for a loss, it is this game. The Brewers have some good stats. Some of their hitters have good stats against Lance Lynn. Corbin Burns has been outstanding over the last month and a half, plus good numbers against the Dodgers hitters. So I like the Brewers today. That's one that I like. If you could get it at 2.5, let's quickly look at that on Outlier. It's a tool that we use so we can see. It's 1.5. That's the best price you're going to get is the minus 160. That's not going to be available at 2.5. But I like that one. You can get the Brewers at plus 130. Frankly, I like the cover play more at the minus 160, but that's just me. When it comes to hitters we like in that game, here's a quick look at them. I like Betts. I do like Freeman. I'm going with bases on that one, but Canna and Yelich also stand out to me. Drew, Dorian Thompson, Robinson, under 97.5 passing yards. I'm going to pull that up on something else really quick. By the way, normally I do not do a lot of betting on preseason football. Player prop bets are a little bit different. I tend to avoid the games entirely, total or game pick, but player prop bets are a little different because you start to get a sense out of which players have a lot on the line, who has to deliver a good performance to be able to, frankly, stay on the roster and stay within the NFL. I'm curious to know how many Philadelphia defenders actually stay out on the field. I have a belief that Dorian Thompson-Robinson will probably be under 97.5 passing yards. I would lean towards the under, Drew. I don't have any data to go with that, so massive grain of salt. I'm not giving that as a recommendation. If you just asked me, if we were sitting at a sports bar together and you said, hey, dude over there, Butt Fumble Sports, what do you think? Dorian Thompson-Robinson, over under 97.5 passing yards. I probably go, shit, under? That's the level of confidence I have on that. It's probably a tick above a coin flip, 52% confidence level, but not much. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. I see a lot of familiar handles and names out there in the comments section. Really appreciate you guys. Love that you guys are a part of such a loyal following and you guys make this show just fly by every day. If you guys don't already, make sure you subscribe to all of our channels. TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Kick. Sports Fumble on Twitter. Make sure you guys follow. Means a lot that we can be able to communicate with you guys on no matter the platform. We have a new sponsor that's going to be coming on within the next 2-3 days. Really excited about that announcement that we're going to be making. Frankly, we have a couple of sponsors in the works. I've mentioned this to you guys. We're going to do survivor pools that are going to be sponsored. I'm going to start giving out some best bets on a platform. I'll mention that tomorrow, but we have a lot to do over the next few days, and I really appreciate the fact that because of you guys, I'm able to say that there are people who want to actually support Butt Fumble Sports financially. What an amazing thing to be able to say, and it's a credit to the fact that you guys show up and you guys are engaged. Mets-Tigers money line as a parlay play. Very interesting one for me. I do like the Mets because I like Jose Quintana as opposed to Adam Wainwright. Quintana has not gotten a lot of wins, but that said, the ERA has been in the low to mid threes, so I feel much better about him than Wainwright. Now, Wainwright has corrected the ship over the last, let's say, month, but that said, I have a greater optimism in the Mets scoring off of Wainwright than the Cardinals off of Quintana, though Paul Goldschmidt is a player to watch. Arenado also has 2 home runs against Quintana lifetime, but not great average overall. I actually think he only has 2 hits and both are home runs. So maybe Arenado goes deep, but Goldschmidt rakes like a 430 average, 435, and that is definitely someone you want to keep your eye on tonight. So I do like the Mets in that one. As for the Tigers, I know there's weather in that game. I like the Tigers on the money line. The fact that I could get the Guardians at +2 in a minus 190 situation, that's why I like that one as well. Tanner McKee passing 2 touchdowns and DTR 2 total touchdowns for fun picks. Diego, I kind of like it. I like the DTR 2 total touchdowns, frankly. I like that one more than his passing yards because I think you're going to see him use his legs. I also think I think that the Browns want to see him in red zone operations as more of a passer or decision-making runner. So I actually think there will be less red zone touches for the running backs. So I really like the 2 total touchdowns. I do think that's a fun play by Diego. By the way, Drew, 7382, thanks for the panda, thanks for the weights. Rich Hill, 2.5 earned runs. Yeah, I like that one. I like that one because I think the Arizona Diamondbacks are going to have a good game against him. Quickly, I'm going to jump on over to the player props so we can just look at that. Rich Hill over 2.5 earned runs. Boom, boom, boom. Where's earned runs? There we are. 2.5, you can see 56% implied probability. This is cashed in 8 of the last 10 games. And there are some hitters that have good numbers against him. Like I mentioned, in that lineup, Fernando Tatis Jr. and Bogarts for the Padres, but Corbin Carroll, Gurriel, Tommy Pham. Christian Walker is someone you could also have an eye on. He could go yard. So Christian Walker for a home run, Tommy Pham. Love the Arizona Diamondbacks today. They're one of my best bets that I gave out through another one of our sponsors, SportsSavvy.com, who's now sponsoring some of our videos, and we're doing some writing for them. During the NFL season, will you do DFS lineups for NFL and college? IP Shade 45, you don't even have to ask. You know we're going to do DFS lineups. By the way, I've never done DFS lineups for college, though. That's going to be new for us. If we do it, I'll probably get our college football expert to actually do that for us because, frankly, I would hate to give out information that I don't have confidence in myself or research that I don't really know well. But our college football expert, I feel really good about what he would be able to put together for a DFS lineup. When it comes to the NFL DFS, we're going to be putting out a lineup every single week, probably for Monday, Thursday, and on Sundays. If DTR keeps playing good, he might become backup. I think so. I actually think he's playing his way into that number 2 spot. I think they're going to keep him. I think they like the fact that he is kind of a Deshaun Watson light. Certainly one that they can mold over the next few years. Yeah, Jorge, Christian Walker, he's been on fire. Christian Walker and Spencer Torkelson, 2 guys who are on fire right now. So I don't have Christian Walker up on my big board, but I might as well be endorsing him for a home run today. But I'm just telling you guys, I really like Spencer Torkelson, Christian Walker, but a number of the hitters in that Diamondbacks lineup. Bryant. No, we wouldn't be able to sponsor that because we would have to set the benchmark under. Crickets. Hope you guys are having a great day. We're just having a lot of fun on kind of a very light sports day. We're going to do our fantasy football mock draft in just a little bit. So if you guys have fantasy football questions, feel free to fire away. We're here to definitely answer those for you. We're going to do our fantasy football mock draft in just, let's say, about 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. Andrew's in here. El Pinche is in here. Diego, Bobby Jr., Candyman, and Butt Fumble Sports. So we still have 7 spots left in this 12-team mock draft. If you guys want to participate, this is how you do it. If you're watching on TikTok Live, just DM me on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. I'm going there right now. I'll send you guys a link. You can participate. Go claim your team. That's Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram, and we'll share that link with you. And if you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, you can hit the link that's pinned on the live stream. Takes you right to Sleeper. You can go claim your team and participate in this mock draft. We've covered some hot topics today. Best fast food places. Is Buc-ee's the best convenience store in America? The topics that people want to know. Diego, Ken Walker's status is healthy. Does his stock rise? Interestingly enough, I think his stock's going to rise, but simultaneously, Charbonnet, the running back that the Seahawks drafted out of Michigan, is going to rise simultaneously. And I think throughout the course of the year, there's going to be kind of a passing of the guard. There's going to be a lot of momentum about Kenneth Walker III, maybe in the first month, 2 months of the season, but they're going to want to give him some time over the course of the year to get some rest, take a little bit of the pressure off of him. So Charbonnet might be a nice pick to get on the back end of things. Y.A. Tittle, Arenado, home run. We talked about Goldschmidt. I love Goldschmidt today. I agree with you, Y.A. Tittle. Now, we talked about Arenado. He has a history of home runs against Quintana, but not a great batting average. Home runs, we'll look at both Arenado and Goldschmidt. Arenado, this should be higher. It's at 20%, but frankly, it tells you he just doesn't have a great batting average against him. Again, he does have the 2 home run history, but it's plus 400 on FanDuel, plus 340 on DraftKings. Let's go look at Goldschmidt. I would think this is closer to like 25%. No, interesting. It's at 17%. This is a good buy. DraftKings at plus 475. I would absolutely take Paul Goldschmidt on that. I would also take him on over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. So I would get him. As you guys know, if I like someone on a home run, I want to have the insurance of another play with that player in case they don't hit the home run, but they still have the good offensive day that I'm expecting. Is Charbonnet from UCLA? I got that mixed up in my head. My bad. I know Dorian Thompson-Robinson is from UCLA. Appreciate our new follower on Twitch. If you guys have fantasy football questions, fantasy baseball questions, DFS questions, betting questions, we're here for it. Who do you think I should get at the 7th and 14th picks? Wow. Okay, at the 7th pick, here's my question for you, Yobo. Are you drafting in a PPR or a non-PPR league? This is a viewer who's watching on Twitch. I'll throw up we're going to do a mock draft in just a little bit, a half PPR league for 12-team, a 12-team half PPR mock draft that we're going to do in a little bit. If you guys want to participate, we'll let you in on it. Jorge, give me some names on it. Your boy Adam, let me know if you're in a PPR league. If you're in a PPR league at the 7th spot, if Bijan Robinson is still there, I would take him. Otherwise, I would look heavily towards a wide receiver. At the 14th spot, I really think, either way, I'm looking for the best running back on the board. Is Saquon Barkley, Jonathan Taylor, have all the running backs been gone? 14's a really tough spot, but I think you're going to want to be able to get a running back early because 14 is such a tough spot to draft. IP Shade 45, thank you. He was at Michigan. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, if he went to Michigan at one time, I'm not going to say I'm wrong. Jorge, are you asking about Devontae Smith or T. Higgins? Personally, I actually kind of like T. Higgins more. He's in a contract year. I think Devontae Smith is going to have a good year, but I like T. Higgins a little bit more because that bag is on the line. Go Blue, the Ohio State Buckeyes, and K's looks good. K's look good. I agree with you. I think T's going to get more touches in the red zone as well, in part because of just how the Eagles' offense operates in the red zone. Okay, your boy Adam, PPR 10-man league. Okay, very interesting. In a 10-man league, you're in a really good spot in terms of actually being at 7-14 because you can dictate that turn. So what I would say is early on, I would take a running back. I understand the PPR. A lot of people are going to jump on the wide receiver. I would actually get a running back in the first round, and then I would go with a wide receiver in my next 3 picks maybe. I would load up on the wide receiver because I want to get the best wide receivers in that PPR league. And then I'd probably look for another running back. The only position I maybe change is I really like Travis Etienne as an RB2. So if you could get a Bijan Robinson at, let's say, the 7th pick, because I think in a PPR running wide receiver will go a little higher. Maybe Travis Kelce goes a little higher as well. So if you could get Bijan at 7, and then you could get Travis Etienne at 14, and then go wide receiver for 3 straight rounds, that's how I would attack it, yo boy Adam. Jorge, we looked at Corbin Burns' strikeouts a little bit earlier in the show. Oh, no, we looked at Zach Gallen. That's my bad. Let's look at Corbin Burns. Mr. Burns. Corbin Burns. Okay. Looking at his strikeout total, it's set at 6.5. The under's the stronger play. I tend to agree with that more because it's at 6.5. If it was 5.5, I think I would take the over. At 6.5, the under is the stronger play, just because look at the trend. Over the last 10 games, 7, that's a lot of green on the under, especially he's going up against a Dodgers team. That's just a good offense. So for me, it's not so much strikeouts. I think it's more weak contact. I like Corbin Burns as a DFS play. I like him to help the Milwaukee Brewers get the win, but I don't necessarily like his strikeout total. Again, here are the picks that I do like for the MLB games that remain. You can see the games that I've gotten right so far. You can see the games that I've gotten wrong so far because we're forthright here. We're not trying to act like we're smarter than we are. We hit at about a 65 to 68% clip on a regular basis. Sometimes we do a little better. Sometimes we do a little worse. But 65 to 68% is pretty strong if you know sports betting at all. And you guys know we give out a lot of picks over the course of our shows. Oh, Gurriel's not starting. Oh, that's a bummer. Okay, pull him off the board. Lourdes Gurriel not in the lineup. Too bad. I hate when managers take out a hitter who has great numbers against a starting pitcher. I call it the Aaron Boone syndrome, but I absolutely can't stand it. Like, all these analytics, I know he may need a break. I know he may need an opportunity to get a day off, but really, you want to bench him against someone that he clearly sees the ball well against? Yeah, Jorge, poop is right. Okay, guys, we're going to get ready for our fantasy football mock draft in just a few minutes. So if you guys want to get in on this fantasy football mock draft, make sure that you get on over and claim your team. Only a few spots left, 6 spots left. So make sure you go and claim that team. We're doing a 12-team, half PPR mock draft. We're going to do that in just a couple of minutes. Just hit me up on Instagram. That's Fumble Sports on Instagram. You guys can participate in the mock draft that we're about to do. All you have to do is go over to Instagram. Just hit us up. DM us. Hey, Fumble Sports. Share the link. Okay, I'll share it. If you guys do want more MLB betting plays, just hit us up. You guys know what to do. Make sure you guys share the channel. Really appreciate the support you guys show us. Any questions, any comments? By the way, did we get the money gun? We got the money gun. Okay, so we've gotten the money gun. I didn't realize we've got to give out our confidence level. IP Shade 45. That was my bad. I should have given that out a while ago. So that Red Sox game is still going on. But the Tigers game in the money line, I like that at about 60%. Guardians on the cover, the +2, I like that at 60% as well. Feel pretty good about where I'm positioned there with those two plays. Tigers and Guardians over 8.5. Little tricky on this one. I'm probably closer to the 5.5 on that game. Weather concerns me, and that's actually part of the reason why that over actually concerns me. But I do think if they can get the 9 innings in, I like the over, so I'm at 55%. Mets on the money line, I'm at 60%. Mets first 5 on the money line, I'd go as high as 65. I actually like that one maybe more than the Mets overall. I think Quintana and the Mets get out to the faster start. I think Wainwright gets the Cardinals behind. Love the Diamondbacks, as you can tell. I would take the Diamondbacks at 60%. Diamondbacks first 5, probably at 65%. First run inning, or a run in the first inning, Diamondbacks and Padres, I'd go as high as 65% on that one. Maybe 60, 65%. Over in that game, I would also like that one. Really love the 7.5. I would go as high as 65% on that. At over 8.5, I'd go to 60% on that confidence level. Milwaukee, you guys know I'm all about them on the cover. I'd go as high as 65%. First 5 to cover, maybe not as much, maybe closer to 55, 60%. If you guys want to participate in our fantasy football mock draft that we're going to do in just a couple minutes, make sure that you hit us up on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. Let's say that we're going to do that at 5:50. So if you guys want to participate, DM us on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports. We're going to do that mock draft in the next, let's say, 3 minutes. Does Dalvin Cook rush for more than 625 rushing yards on the year? Actually, I don't think so. I think that the Jets are going to play some tougher defenses than people think. I think that they're going to be splitting touches with him. I think that they're going to want Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball a decent amount. Nope, I actually think Dalvin Cook goes under 625 rushing yards. Again, we're going to do our mock draft at 5:50, everybody. 5:50, so only 2 more minutes to get in on this. 5:50. 5:50 p.m. So just 2 minutes before we start this fantasy football mock draft, it's going to be a 12-team, half PPR snake draft. If you guys want to participate in it, you guys just need to hit us up on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram, and we'll share the link with you guys. Better running back duo. Cook and Breece Hall, Stevenson and Zeke. Personally, I think it's Cook and Breece Hall, more because I like Breece Hall so much. I think Zeke is actually going to be a great complement in short yardage, 2 yards, 3 yards, and fewer, especially in red zone plays. I think he's going to be a great complement to Stevenson, but overall, I think Cook and Breece Hall are the better duo. Again, we're going to do this fantasy football mock draft in just about a minute, so if you want to participate in this fantasy football mock draft, we are going to be doing that in exactly 1 minute, so get in, claim your team. If you're watching on Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, any of the platforms, we are doing this mock draft in 60 seconds, everybody. So get in and claim your team right now. Only a few more spots left, so get in and claim it. Jorge's ready for the mock. Let's mock it up. Again, this is a 12-team, half PPR snake draft. We do a mock draft almost every single day here to help you guys get ready for your fantasy football season. Last call. If you guys want to participate in this fantasy football mock draft, just DM us on Instagram. Final few seconds to do it. If you had to listen to anyone on ESPN or Fox Sports, who would it be and why? Who would I listen to? What are we talking about? What sport are we talking? You know, it's actually easy. It's Michael Wilbon. I listen to Michael Wilbon. I think Michael Wilbon is fantastic. Tony Kornheiser I like, but I don't think there's anyone better than Michael Wilbon. I think when Michael Wilbon speaks, you're hearing intelligence, you're hearing a grounded opinion. Yeah, is he a bit of an old man at this point? Sure, but I love Michael Wilbon. Okay, everybody, it's mock draft time, so appreciate you guys joining us. All of those that are in the mock draft, welcome in. We are about to start this 12-team snake draft half PPR. So one more time, just to show you guys how we're going to be doing the mock draft. It is a snake draft. It is a half PPR. It's 12 teams. Now, we've set the timer at 30 seconds. But please, let's try to be quick about this. 12 teams, a lot of people going. We want to see how the draft plays out, so be quick about the picks. We are going to randomize the draft order. Beep, boop, 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 boop. Randomizing. We will have, wow, very interesting. Early in the mock draft, we are going to have a bunch of auto-drafting teams. IP Shade 45 just kind of cheated and took number 1 spot. Very interesting from IP Shade 45, but okay. But anyways, we're going to have a lot of auto-drafting teams. That's not bad. A lot of leagues that you play in, there's some buffoons who don't show up for their draft. So we're going to learn a lot from the computer, see how that plays out. Okay, IP Shade 45, sneaky, you go first. Everybody ready to go? Everybody ready to mock? Let's go, everybody. 3, 2, 1, let's mock draft. And IP Shade 45 is on the clock first. Half PPR league, everybody. Half PPR league. And not surprising, IP Shade 45 in the half PPR does take Justin Jefferson first. Jorge goes number 2. Jamar Chase goes 2nd. Run on wide receiver. Notice in the half PPR, wide receiver goes first. Travis Kelce went 5th. That was an auto-drafting team, but very interesting here. Now, I'm the first to go. I'll take Austin Eckler. I'll take the running back in a half PPR. I still like that opportunity. El Pinche goes next. Bijan Robinson. Not surprised that these are the wide receivers and the running backs to come off. A little surprised Kelce went 5th. Tells you something, everybody. Stephon Diggs went 8th to the auto-drafting team. Candyman next to go. Candyman, Bobby Jr., and Andrew. Waiting on Candyman. Don't know if he's in the draft yet. Looks like his time may run up. He would be getting Cooper Kupp. Time's up. It's Cooper Kupp. Bobby Jr. next to go. Then Andrew and an auto-drafting team at Team 12. So it'll be interesting to see how we go from rounds 1 and 2 on that double pick. Sleeper had Kelce high due to his points compared to, okay, very interesting. Jorge, there's no cheating in a mock draft. If he did that in a real draft, okay, we'd have problems with it. Run on wide receiver throughout that first round. Kupp, Brown, and Lamb go. Then Chubb and Barkley. So Team 12 got 2 running backs. Running backs are going to be highly valued. Maybe not in the second round, but certainly in the third and the fourth, because people are going to run out of them quick. Wide receiver, though, in the half PPR, you could tell that's been the popular play. Bobby Jr. on the clock. Took A.J. Brown first. Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor. Team 8 takes Devontae Adams. Diego, you are on the clock. Very interesting. Mahomes is number 1 in the draft position. But El Pinche takes Tony Pollard. I know a Cowboys fan when I see one. I love Jalen Waddle this year. I'm going to take Jalen Waddle, my first wide receiver. Team 5 takes Mahomes, so he's got 2 Chiefs. Team 3 takes Josh Allen, so a bit of a run on the quarterback position. Interesting that 2 computer drafting teams, auto drafting teams went quarterback. The humans didn't, the machines did. IP Shade 45, I understood what you were doing. I was just giving you a hard time. No issue with me, man. Egg, didn't mean to go A.J. Brown. Still a good pick. Not a bad pick. A.J. Brown's still good. Josh Jacobs comes off the board. Especially in a half PPR, I don't think A.J. Brown's a bad selection. IP Shade 45 has an interesting 1-2 combo here. He goes Jalen Hurts and then Chris Olave. Interesting. He's going to wait on the running backs. Got his quarterback. 3 quarterbacks off the board in round 2. Very telling. We're trying to do these mock drafts so we can learn something every single day. Very, very interesting. How do we feel about a healthy Keenan Allen? About as good as I feel about an injured Keenan Allen, because from injured to healthy, it usually comes pretty quick. Okay, Eckler, Waddle are the first 2 that come off. I mentioned I like Travis Etienne. It's a half PPR. great. I get my 2 running backs, and both are good in PPR situations, so they'll stay on the field. I love that selection to get Eckler, Waddle, and ETN. I definitely feel like I'm having the draft I want. Team 5's got a good team, though, in terms of a starting lineup, though wide receivers might be getting harder to come by. El Pinche, where does he go with the next pick? He goes to Devontae Smith. Good selection there. Breece Hall goes next. Candyman in an auto draft goes with Joe Burrow. Bobby Jr. goes with Jahmyr Gibbs. So A.J. Brown, Henry, and Jahmyr Gibbs. That's a nice trio. Andrew has Lamb and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Would expect him to go away from wide receiver here. Running back, though, there's been a run on running back over this round. He goes Joe Mixon. Metcalf goes next, along with Lamar Jackson. Team 12 building a nice team. Auto drafting team, but Chubb, Barkley, Metcalf, and Lamar Jackson, very nice. Notice, though, the quarterbacks, Justin Fields goes next to Andrew. Quarterbacks are going sooner and sooner. The more mock drafts I do, I'm surprised at how many quarterbacks are going. Calvin Ridley, nice pick by Bobby Jr., but then Deebo Samuel goes next. Allen, Cooper. So once again, the run on wide receiver happens, but I'm kind of nervous that there are quarterbacks coming off the board. 12-man league, I don't want to risk it. I'll take... tough. I'm going to take Trevor Lawrence because I think he's going to face worse defenses. So I'll take Trevor Lawrence, though Justin Herbert... Yeah, I'll take Trevor Lawrence. Team 4 takes Herbert, so the quarterback's continuing to run. At this point, it's interesting. Round 4, if you don't have a quarterback, you're starting to get tough in your selections. Dameon Pierce, Aaron Jones, so quarterback and running back, the popular trend at the back half of this round 4. Entering round 5 with IP Shade 45, taking J.K. Dobbins, his first running back. Will he go back-to-back at that position? He does with Cam Akers. Not a bad pick. Might be 1 round early, but who cares at this point? You need to get depth where you can. Jorge the GOAT on the clock. McLaurin, Hopkins. Hawkinson goes to Team 4. I had my eye on Hawkinson, so a little disappointed there. But actually, I'm going to go back to the wide receiver position. Anything here? I'll go DJ Moore. I'll get that second wide receiver. I'll take DJ Moore. I really like my team. I would have taken Hawkinson if he had stayed up on the board, but I'm not crazy about the tight ends there. Team 8 took Kittle. Candyman takes Drake London. Bobby Jr. back on the clock. By the way, Bobby Jr.'s got a great team. Darren Waller. Wow, not expecting that one. I think that's a bit of a reach on Waller. Maybe you really like him. Not expecting that one. I like Anime is stacking those Miami Dolphins wide receivers. Not a bad plan. Bobby Jr., I loved your team until the Waller. Maybe I'm wrong on that. By the way, Team 12's built a great team. I would have gone with a wide receiver over Madison, but Team 12, the auto-drafting team, really strong. Andrew takes Dalvin Cook as his second running back. Bobby Jr., after taking Darren Waller. He could use a quarterback. He goes Christian Watson. Interesting. He's waiting. Bobby Jr.'s waiting on the quarterbacks. El Pinche now on the clock after a couple of auto-drafting teams. We are making our way through the 6th round of this 12-team half PPR snake draft, mock draft. Swift is the number 1 running back still on the board. Goddard goes next. The tight ends have been going kind of furious. I'm going to go with David Njoku. Might be a bit of a reach down, but I'll go Njoku here. So I've developed my starting lineup outside of my kicker and my defense. Run on wide receiver now. Williams, Ayuk, Pittman. Where will Jorge the GOAT go? So we get that turnaround with IP Shade 45. Pacheco, interesting pick from Jorge the GOAT. IP Shade 45, next to go. Swift, Kamara, Lockett, Brown, and Kirk are the top 5 players remaining right now on the board. Curious to know where IP Shade 45 goes with these two. Rashad White, so the run-on running back goes a little bit. See if he goes tight end here. Does he have a quarterback yet? Yeah, he had Hurts early. Let's see if he waits on the tight end. You can't wait too much longer. I feel like tight end's going to go fast. Tight end, wide receiver. He goes Smith and Jigba. I think it's a bit of a reach. Christian Kirk, Kamara, Lockett, Brown. The wide receiver position, I'm going to do a reach myself probably right now. I'm going Zay Flowers. Heavy reach, but I'm crazy about Zay Flowers, and I think he's going to get enough targets to justify the pick. There's a run on wide receiver right now. The youngsters are going to go. The reason I took him here, once Shade 45 took Jackson Smith and Jigba, I felt like the rookies were going to go. Jordan Addison went to Candyman. A couple of running backs mixed in here in the 7th round, but really it's been heavy wide receiver. Make sure you guys are following Butt Fumble Sports. Hit that follow button. Of course, share the channel. Let others know about Butt Fumble Sports. Certainly appreciate the support. I don't like the tight ends remaining. IP Shade 45, I get that. No. I get the play. I think just Jackson Smith and Jigba was a little early. But you can set the trend because you're in that back-to-back pick slot. Bobby Jr. took Cook. Then Schultz went next to Andrew. Evans and Montgomery went back-to-back to Team 12, who's built a really nice team. I really like what Team 12's done. For an auto-drafting team, I think they did a decent job, actually, or the computer, the algorithm. Herbert goes next to Andrew. Kind of an interesting pick, not who I expected to come off the board there. As we make our way through the 8th round of this draft, Dotson, Bobby Jr., I really like Dotson. I think that's a good pick. Pickens goes next. Pinche goes with A.J. Dillon. I only have 2 running backs right now. I really need a third. I really like Charbonnet. I mentioned him earlier, but that's not who I'm going to take. I'm actually going to take Brian Robinson. I think Brian Robinson's actually going to have a big year, so I'll take him. I'll let Charbonnet sit out there. A couple of wide receivers go. Quentin Johnston, Michael Thomas. Tight end, Ingram. Jorge the Goat got Ingram. I thought that's where Shade 45 was going to go with his pick. Shannon Sharp to first take. Yeah, I heard that. Shannon Sharp is going to first take. It's going to be a really interesting situation. Freiermuth and Charbonnet to IP Shade 45. Kind of expected that. Jorge the Goat next on the clock. Does El Pinche have a quarterback yet? I feel like Dak Prescott's in El Pinche's future. Diego. Brandon Cooks goes next. Burks. Oh, Dak Prescott went to Team 4. Team 5 took Tony. I was going to go with Kadarius Toney. Tough spot. Okay, I'm going to take a bit of a flyer. I'm going to get I could use some more depth at wide receiver. But I'm going to go with a second quarterback. I'm going Tua Tagovailoa. I know it's early to take the second quarterback, but I really like the idea of getting a second one, kind of playing Trevor Lawrence off of him. El Pinche, you're on the clock. Sky Moore, Gabe Davis. Candyman goes with Rashad Penny. Anthony Richardson is the highest remaining player in terms of draft position. Man, I was kind of surprised when the Colts drafted him. Or when the Colts announced him as the starter. Bobby Jr. takes Geno Smith. He has his quarterback. Team 12 took Richardson and paired him with Lamar Jackson. So the auto-drafting team's thinking the way I am, which is you want to have that second quarterback maybe now because there's just a lot of competition in this draft. Juju Smith-Schuster goes to Andrew. That could turn out to end up being a better pick if Mac Jones and that Bill O'Brien offense might be better. Sorry about that, Candyman. Oh, Diego, you weren't thinking Dak. Okay. I haven't seen the announcement yet. I'll have to. Bunch of people are now getting that second quarterback. So the trend was definitely set. I'm going to go over to... By the way, I'm hearing a ton about this guy. Devon Achane? I'm going to take him. I've heard a ton about him. I'll take him as a flyer. He's my fourth running back. Just add some depth. I'll take him. A lot of people are buzzing about him. Dalton Kincaid. Jorge, I really like that pick. Getting a second tight end and making it Dalton Kincaid. I thought about him. I valued the running back position a little bit more, but that's a good pick by Jorge. We are about to enter round 11 as IP Shade 45 looks to make that turn. IP Shade 45 goes with the two defenses. He's been doing that earlier. I personally, I hate it. Like, I get it. It's not how I would draft, but if that's how you want to do it, go for it. If you were doing it literally the next time through, but maybe you're afraid defenses will start to go sooner than then, but I just don't think it's a good move. I don't think your team's strong enough to be able to do that. Like, at wide receiver, you only have 3 wide receivers. Is everybody staying healthy? Has everyone got a good matchup? I'm just surprised. But IP Shade 45 can do what he wants. Sam Laporta, I'm going with a tight end, looking for that second tight end. Rodgers and Goff was on your mind. I gotcha. Candyman, it's just the buzz I'm hearing. You might be right. Maybe I reached too much on a bad pick. Komet comes off the board. Pinche went with the defense. I'm still waiting on the defenses. I'm not going to take the bait. I know there are 4 defenses have come off the board, but I'm not going to take a defense before round 12. But again, in a 12-team league, defense is not nearly as valuable as some of the players you're still drafting here. Because I think week-to-week matchups are going to be critically important. I don't think you can just slot in players like you used to. In part because I think fantasy football got more sophisticated. I think a lot of people got smarter. I think it's harder now to win your league. On the turns, you can change projection of the draft. Okay. Tyler Algier to Bobby Jr. Candyman now going. Now, defenses have been popular. I would say 12th round, fine. But I think taking them in the 10th and 11th round, I think you miss out. I still think there are wide receivers you can take. I'm going to take Rice. I like getting a member of that Kansas City receiving game. So that's my 4th wide receiver. I've got 4 wide receivers. I've got 4 running backs. I've got 2 quarterbacks. I've got 2 tight ends. Now I'm thinking about defense. Now I would consider it. But I think taking defense too early, I think you miss out on some really good talent. I think Rocket Guy, I think that is a Raider symbol. Romeo Dobbs goes to Jorge the GOAT. Romeo, Christian Watson, there might be some sleeper good plays on that Packers passing game if Jordan Love has anything. Let's see if IP Shade 45 goes with a kicker. Oh, I do like Mingo. Shade 45, I do like Mingo. That's a good pick. And Michael Mayer. Okay. I like Michael Mayer. Good tight end. Pairing him with Freiermuth. Wow, Jorge the GOAT with Russell Wilson. Yuck. Okay. You can have him. Defense. Which defense would I go with? I'm going to go with the Patriots defense. I actually think they're going to be a top 5, top 6 defense. So given where I'm drafting them, it's about appropriate. I'm drafting them as the, 5th defense overall? 4th defense overall? It's about that spot. 5th defense. El Pinche, next to go. He got the Jets defense 2 rounds ago. He goes Musgrave. Again, the Packers could be an interesting play. Rondale Moore, if you like the Arizona Cardinals. Only 2.5 rounds left or so in this 12-team half PPR snake mock draft. Appreciate all of you guys watching, no matter the platform, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick. Bobby Jr. goes with a kicker. He takes Justin Tucker. Andrew next to go. Let's see if Andrew goes for a defense, goes for another wide receiver. He goes Butker. Okay, kickers are going fast now. Andrew, let's see where he goes with his, I'm assuming it's going to be defense now. No, he goes Tank Dell. Tank Dell, great pick by Andrew. Getting Tank Dell in the 14th round could end up being an absolute steal. Andrew, I love that pick. Great job. By the way, and the fact that he came after Butker, kind of an interesting move. But I think Tank Dell, much like Zay Flowers, I think word's out about Tank Dell and the fact that he's a stud. Candyman goes Ravens. El Pinche. Where's El Pinche going to go? Singletary, Young, Johnson, Warren, and Zay Jones, number one players on the board. Kicker, I'm going Brandon McManus. Maybe a bit of a reach down, but I do like McManus. Dolphins defense went to team 3, Jorge the GOAT. As we finish out round 14 and then the last round of our 12-team half PPR snake mock draft. Elliott goes next. I would expect IP Shade 45 to get a kicker out of one of these two. And then let's see where he goes with his last one. He goes Derek Carr. Derek Carr, some love for his former Raider. And Sanders with the kicker. Jorge the GOAT next to go. Jorge the GOAT. Where is he going to go? Final pick, final round. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. Candyman, I don't understand it either, but some people have a strategy. They stick to it. That's what they want to do. Singletary goes. Myers goes. Saints, Seahawks. Okay. Defense. Do I want a second defense? I kind of do. I'll take the Steelers as a second defense. Again, taking a second defense in the last round, I'm fine with that. Diego has his defense, has his kicker. Final pick for Diego. We are going to do a mock draft tomorrow night as well. We'll do a mock draft at about 6 o'clock tomorrow. I think we should do an auction draft tomorrow, guys. What do you think? If you guys want to be a part of our auction mock draft tomorrow, that's Friday. Friday, August 18th, we are going to do an auction draft, a mock draft that's an auction draft. If you haven't done one before, they are so much fun. So we're going to do that Friday, August 18th at 6 o'clock. If you want to participate, DM us on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. We'll share the link with you guys tomorrow. So again, we're finishing up our mock draft for today. But if you want to participate in our auction mock draft tomorrow, DM us at Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. Bobby Jr. making his last selection.
Oh, come on.
Time up on Bobby Jr. Tom Brady. Wouldn't you know? Tom Brady finds a way to get into another draft. If nothing else, a tribute to the GOAT. Andrew, final pick for Andrew. Loved him getting Tank Dell in round 14. Final pick, Jaguars defense and the Bucks. Really quickly, just going to go through it. IP Shade 45. Like what IP Shade 45 did early on. Jefferson, Olave, good pairing. Hurts is the quarterback. Decent 3 running backs. I think he ran out of, 12 teams. Hard to wait waiting until the 4th round to get a running back. Jackson Smith and Jigba. I think IP Shade 45 has a really good team. He just did everything I thought around later than I would have, or around earlier than I would have. So he waited around later to get a running back. He took Jackson Smith and Jigba around earlier. He took the defenses around earlier, if not 2. So overall, good team though. Jorge the GOAT. Really like Chase and Higgins, doubling up on that Bengals team. Jacobs and Aaron Jones, not bad. I love Pacheco as your third running back. Love McLaurin as your third wide receiver. It's a really strong team. He waited on quarterback for Russell Wilson. That was the mistake. Yuck. Hate Russell Wilson. You got 2 tight ends before you took a quarterback. Could have done better there. Team 3, really strong in the first 3 picks. Then just a ton of wide receivers. Didn't really fill out the rest of the lineup well. Not crazy about Team 3. Team 4, really like the starting lineup. McCaffrey and Harris. Wilson, and then a combination of wide receivers with Hawkinson and Herbert. Love that. Defense, though, is the Saints. Not crazy about that, given that defenses came out as fast as they did. Team 5 went heavy on the Chiefs. Kelsey and Mahomes, really like that 3 running backs in a row. Got good wide receivers, but not great. Just too late on the wide receiver position overall, especially in the half PPR, even though he did load up on the back half of the draft. Looking at how Butt Fumble Sports did, I really like that I was able to get Eckler and ETM. Love Waddle. Probably could have waited another round, maybe on quarterback, but not too much longer, so I'm happy I got Lawrence where I did. Pairing Moore and Waddle, really like my starting lineup. Njoku, fine, I could have waited around, maybe gotten another wide receiver, but I liked Zay Flowers as my number 3. Okay, Achane, or however we're pronouncing it, maybe I don't have enough depth at running back, but I really love my team. Not going to lie, this is definitely one of the better mock drafts I think I've had, especially for a 12-team league. Not easy, so I like what I have. El Pinche, good running backs to start, good wide receivers to follow, got some running back depth, got some wide receiver depth, though I'm not as big on Johnson as some others are. Quarterback position, clearly you wanted Rodgers, clearly you wanted the Jets defense, so maybe you didn't fill out the bench as much as well as I would have liked, but I like the starting lineup overall. Team 8, looking at how Team 8 did. Team 8, Diggs, Adams, can't go wrong with those two. Breece Hall is a nice pick in round 3, and Keenan Allen, maybe not the pick I would have made, but that's a really strong 3 wide receivers, 2 in the starting position, 1 in the flex. Kittle, really strong. Running backs, though, okay, I guess these are decent options. They feel like more like flex plays than RB2 plays, but still got Watson and then got Cousins. Really like the team overall, probably a B-plus team for me for Team 8. Candyman, looking at how he did. Cooper Kupp, he did auto draft for a lot of his draft, so obviously he kind of got buried in wide receivers. He has enough wide receivers to maybe be able to trade, go after a running back or a tight end, but really just too many wide receivers early on. Don't like the running backs. Wide receivers actually aren't that bad, but frankly, this is a wide receiver heavy team. He'd need to make some trades. Bobby Jr., A.J. Brown, love the pick. Actually love the pick. Henry and Gibbs, like that back-to-back, and then Ridley, that's a really strong first 4. Waller was too high for me. Waller's too high because of the draft, because of the injury history. If you were going to get him, I also think, fine, but Higbee's not a good enough backup. I would have gotten a better backup to go with Waller. If I'm doing Waller, expect that he's going to be out maybe 3 games, maybe 4 games in the season, just not crazy about it. Additionally, looking at like Watson, love Dotson. Those 2, I think, were really strong picks. Love your wide receivers, Bobby Jr. Geno Smith and Goff, that's a good tandem. Tom Brady was a throwaway, that's a tribute pick. But you got a good team. Really like your team overall. Probably the second tight end could have been better. I probably would have liked to go with Gerald Everett more than Higbee, believe it or not. Andrew, love the wide receivers to start. Lamb and Amon-Ra St. Brown, fantastic, really good pick. Mixon, okay. Justin Fields, okay. Jerry Jeudy, I would have gone with another running back here. You have your 2 wide receivers. Jerry Jeudy, I'm not as big on the Broncos offense. I would have gone after a running back. You waited, still got Dalvin Cook, not bad. You turned the corner. I guess the only other running back you could have gotten was Madison. But that said, I guess I'm okay about that tandem. Really, I feel like you could have waited on the quarterback, gotten another running back, and you still could have gotten a combination of these players. Schultz, fine. Like him, probably not my favorite for a number 1 tight end. I definitely would have gotten a second tight end. Zeke Elliott, he might be a touchdown vulture, but other than that, I don't think you're going to get big production out of him. Beckham Jr., Juju Smith-Schuster, are we going in the time machine? Hopefully those guys have a bounce-back year. I thought Tank Dell might have been one of the best picks of your draft, funny enough, and it came in round 14. Finally, round 12, last team that we're going to focus on. Love how he started, Chubb and Barkley. Really good with Metcalf, Lamar Jackson, just good team overall. Kyle Pitts. I actually like Mike Evans as the wide receiver too, but didn't get another wide receiver until Bateman. Probably waited a little too long. Got some depth at the running back position, but if you notice, the auto-drafting teams that are computers, they have a tendency to kind of lean in heavy towards one position, so that was an example. Anyways, that's our mock draft for today, Thursday, August 17th. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Butt Fumble Sports does a mock draft almost every day. If you want to participate in our mock draft tomorrow, Friday, August 18th, you guys can do so by DMing us. Just hit us up on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram is where we are. You can DM us. We'll share a link with you guys tomorrow because we will do an auction mock draft at 6 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. One more time, DM us. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. We will send you a link so you can claim your team and participate in our auction mock draft at 6 p.m. Eastern on Friday, August 18th. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. It's amazing how much fun we have during the show, at least as much fun as I'm having. Love talking with you guys, love talking sports. We even got some fast food talk in there, but I'm hungry, so I got to go munch on something right now. Appreciate all of you being with us, as you hear me say at the end of every show, and I genuinely mean it. I hope you guys stay healthy. I hope you guys stay safe. I hope you have a wonderful evening no matter where you are. Enjoy sports. Whatever it is, enjoy it. Have fun. If you're playing sports for DFS or for sports betting, be careful with your money, but enjoy the content, enjoy the entertainment, enjoy the sports on TV. Hope you cash a lot of tickets, and we will see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. Butt Fumble Sports will be live with our show at 5 p.m. Eastern, and we'll do that mock draft at 6 p.m. Eastern. So one more time, we will see you again tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern.